Hi, I'm Carla with Carla Dreyer Design. I'm a values-based interior designer and stylist, and I am here to help you elevate your home. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to style a sideboard. So I go to a lot of clients' homes and I see a lot of sad sideboards, and I get it. You kind of maybe get this beautiful furniture piece and you don't know what to put on it. So the first thing I'm going to say, and I say this with whether you're styling or designing, is knowing your personal style is super important. So I have created a free quiz and you can link to that below. Okay, first step on your sideboard is I want you to break it into 3 sections. Thinking of styling it sort of all at once can be overwhelming, and I find if you break it down into like 3 little mini styling projects, it makes it a lot more manageable and just a lot more fun and looks better. So kind of break it down into 3 different quadrants. The second thing I want you to do is think in odd numbers. So stay with me because I feel like this might get confusing. So we want to go in like 3, 5, 7, 9s. So let's say we want to do 7 objects in total on the sideboard. Then we want to break it down. So maybe we have 3 objects in the first section, maybe we have 2 in the second and 2 in the third. So I know that kind of seems like we've got even numbers as well, but overall we're aiming, if possible, for an odd number. So an example too is to think about maybe in your first section, you've got 3 different vessels and maybe they're different sizes. I want you to think in different sizes, different textures. It can be old and new. Think of something in opposites. Middle section, a lot of times, I will say, and a tip for you, I like to ground it. So books are always great kind of in the middle. You could stack a couple there. You could have a small object on top. I know that's going in 3s, so maybe just 1 book and 1 object, depending on how it looks. And then on one of the sides, it's always really nice to have a table lamp. And sometimes we forget about that, but lighting is so important. So maybe it's a table lamp, and again, an object that's in opposite materials. It can even be an opposite style if you stick to the same color palette. So some of my favorite things to put on side tables, some of my go-tos for sideboards, books, as I mentioned, always look great, really great to ground a space. I really love vases. I'm a big fan of vintage vases, but adding vases look great and you can add fresh florals to it. I love a lamp. A floor lamp, as I mentioned, is always terrific. And also think about what's behind your sideboard. So again, I see a lot of sideboards and nothing's behind them, and I think it's sort of a missed opportunity. So mirror is always sort of my go-to. With a mirror, you want to see what it's reflecting. So make sure you kind of look to see what the mirror is reflecting. Because the sideboards are usually, well, you know, angular and linear, I like to go with a round mirror. I think that breaks it up. Again, kind of going in opposites. If you don't want to go with a mirror, you could go with a piece of art. The other thing, another tip with that, is that the art doesn't have to be right in the middle, because sometimes I know you may have this big sideboard and then this kind of little piece of art and it doesn't work. That's totally fine. You can just sort of move it off to one side and it can be part of the vignette. So I hope those tips help in creating a sideboard and styling it. If it does, please make sure to like this video and that you're subscribed for weekly tips. And again, I've got my free Finding Your Design Style quiz below, and please put in the comments what your design style is. I'd love to hear. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.